Claire Lumen was soft-spoken. Not because she was afraid. Not because she was weak. But because she'd grown up learning how to listen. In the rural town of Evershade, buried between pine woods and fog-thick valleys, the small clinic where Claire worked was more of a patch-up hut than a hospital. She'd taken the night shift no one wanted, walked the creaky floors in worn sneakers, and brewed coffee strong enough to wake the dead. She was the youngest nurse on staff. 26. Barely 5 feet 2. And invisible. She looks like she should be working at a bookstore, the new EMT joked once. Dr. Keller rolled his eyes. Honestly, she freezes when a kid has a bloody nose. What's she gonna do if something real happens? They laughed. She didn't. She just nodded, cleared their coffee mugs, and went back to restocking gauze. But she knew. Claire had grown up in Evershade. And her grandmother used to whisper about the unspoken month. The time when the town would go quiet. When the trees stopped moving. When old things stirred beneath the land. It wasn't in any book. Not in any hospital manual. But Claire listened. And tonight, something was off. The wind didn't blow. The radio crackled with static, even on local stations. The air felt too still, like the clinic was holding its breath. And she had heard the scream. Out there, past the trees. But no one believed her. It started at 8:13 p.m. A patient arrived. No ID. No pulse. Yet his eyes blinked. Claire was the first to notice. The body was cold. Too cold. Not death cold, unnatural. She told Dr. Keller. He laughed it off. Probably hypothermia. Leave it to the ER. But she saw the man twitch. Saw the corners of his mouth curl up even as the monitor flatlined. Then the lights went out. Emergency backup flickered. The radio emitted high-pitched whining. And outside the window, shapes moved. Claire moved fast. Grabbed the trauma kit. The flashlight. Her grandmother's pendant. She locked the rear door. Sealed the windows with supply carts. And went room to room, pulling staff and patients into the reinforced storage closet. They argued. They yelled. Dr. Keller cursed at her. Until they heard the first thud at the door. Then another. And the third came with a sound like bone scraping metal. She held the flashlight to her chest, steady. The others cried. Claire whispered, "Don't speak. Don't blink. They feed on sound." She remembered. Her grandmother's stories. About the night things. About the eyes in the pines. About the creatures who wear your face and whisper in voices that sound like your mother's. And then they heard it. A voice outside the door. "Claire, sweetheart. It's open now. Come out. I made tea." It was her grandmother's voice. But her grandmother had been dead for 3 years. They survived until morning. When the sun hit the clinic roof, the noises stopped. The whispers faded. And the door creaked open by itself. Police came. No signs of forced entry. No security footage. Every camera showed static. But they were all alive. Because of Claire. The same girl they mocked for being too timid. The one who read old stories. The one who remembered things most people forgot. She walked out of that clinic covered in bruises, clothes torn at the shoulder, eyes wide but not broken. The reporters asked for a statement. Dr. Keller stammered. He tried to explain it away. Claire simply said, "I told them something was coming. No one listened. But I prepared anyway." And with that, she walked down the gravel path, stethoscope swinging, flashlight still in her pocket. Some say she transferred after that. Others say she still works night shifts. But everyone in Evershade remembers now. They check the locks. Listen to the wind. They never laugh at quiet people. Not anymore. Because sometimes, silence isn't fear. Sometimes, silence is knowledge. And that night, it saved them all.